Your color's folded, brother.
Alright, so. Alright.
Oh my! You always did it my glasses. Oh my nose.
Getting ready to board the ship. Last week we picked up with you guys boarding the ship. And much to the captain's annoyance, he was informed that the initial count he was given was wrong and was short by 2 animals. Because someone neglected to inform them that they were bringing a cow on board and that they were bringing mechanical animals. So, no, most of the half the amount got sent back where you guys got them from, and everyone else said they were going to stay there. You're awesome. Dog? No. I do remember your goblin, but no. They paid for the hawk strider and the horse. They didn't leave his horse behind.
No, I gave up my share. They gave the goblin.
Huh?
They met the goblin.
Yes, they met your goblin.
And I gave up that share that they said they were going to get. That's right, I did. I did. I gave it up.
Okay, then, because the original count was only 2 animals then.
But I said
So we're forgetting the horse
to make sure my
it was a hawk. But I'm trying to remember, there was 1 animal that was forgotten.
Okay.
Once we did those, because the first count we did, the initial count only had 2 animals. So if you're 100% positive it was your dog, then it was probably the hawk strider. So the dog and the hawk strider was the only thing on that initial count. So that left out his pet owl with chewing on his fingers, his robotic lion, and his 1 horse. He's the only one that said he wanted to eat. Everyone else was okay with losing.
No. I stayed with my I wasn't here the day you guys took off, and so when Steve asked me where I wanted to put my mouth, I said,
What?
stay.
The boys?
It kind of sounds like there's like some kind of fan blowing on your guys' mic. It's kind of muffled and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Oh, yeah. It's very noisy.
Big break, big break.
It's the ambiance music. Sorry, guys.
Big break. Did that fix it?
Okay, now I can hear.
Ambiance is bad. I think you established this last time.
Good try, Steve.
I think that was.
Video.
I think part of his issue was someone being the DJ for the game they were running was part of the issue.
Despite the fact that I said it was okay.
Yeah, we know what we're doing this game. We established that. Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear the water, but I don't hear the muffled sound.
Yeah. So I've experimented with some new stuff on here. Alright, so I think it was boys, yeah, probably was boys then. So, regardless, I'm just gonna retcon and make that okay because our accounts were still off somewhere. But much to the pirate captain's annoyance, the account you gave him was awkward. He was told there was gonna be 2 pets and mounts all together brought on board. Come to find out it was like 5. Owl, hawk strider, horse, dog, mechanical dog. So he was a little pissed off to find out that the room he needed to make now was increased by 3. So Alfred, being the nice, caring person he is, ran off to go get him a present to make it better.
Yep.
He came back with a nice bottle of alcohol that the captain had been eyeing for quite some time. Brought it back, kept him with the present. The captain didn't open it then because he was too busy now, 2 hours behind schedule, trying to get everything going. So you guys stayed out of the way while he handled what he needed to handle. Burton decided that he was in charge and asked everyone to stop what they were doing so he could ask them questions and see if he could help.
That's Burton.
Yeah. But, hey guys, hold on. Put the crate down. I got this. You just shove it on here. And they nervously stopped. You did tell them to stop, though, and so you had an idea. Kids, my Marco's room here upside down for a reason.
Marcus went upside down, so you're fine.
Well, they're all right side up. So anyways, yeah, he took his thing. First mate said, "You know what? Thank you for the suggestion, but that's gonna cause just as much problems as it will solution. Because there's still creek seals." He said, "Okay, fine. I think you ended up agreeing to not let your lion out of the room in exchange for making it easier on them to pack." Yeah. You guys finally, 2 hours late, got underway on the ship. Began sailing across the ocean. Made it the first day. He told you all to stay in your rooms because he was frustrated, pissed off. They were trying to get him away and wanted you out of the way. And in that, Cecilia heard, "Leave my room at the first sound of anything whatsoever." Okay, let's do it. So morning horn came off her strip switch. Cecilia left the room to go investigate what was going on, and slowly started wandering her way around the ship, getting a control play. She was kind of pushed out of the way before she heard a voice yell out, "Hey, you were told to stay in your room. Get out of here." So she went back to her room. Later that night, the captain came to talk to Alfred and let him know, "Hey, we'll talk about this stuff tomorrow, but just so you're aware, one of your teammates left their cabin this morning. I've specifically asked you guys to stay in for the first 24 hours so we get everything underway. So please deal with that accordingly." You said, "All right," and Captain left. You left your room to go talk to Cecilia, where you found Burton outside his room knocking on Cecilia's door, having a conversation about how well training her wild owl that she had kidnapped from the woods about a week ago. Told him, "Please go back to your room." He said, "Okay," as Cecilia answered the door, so they just had that conversation instead. He then told Cecilia to stay in her room. Then later that night, the captain told all of you up to the ship to talk, to explain terms and expectations while you're on the ship. Just told you that he had set aside some time that you guys wouldn't be in the way if you wanted free time. And Burton chose this opportunity to let him know that even though the captain was very clear about not bringing extra pets on board, he needed to know now if anyone had brought or was planning on bringing anything extra. Burton said, "You know what, I'm going to build it for a long one here." But this captain off again. He said, "You know what, get the fuck out of my eyes, my sight for about 3 days. Build your bird, but I'm letting all my men know that if they see the bird there, they shoot it." He said, "All right, deal." 3 days passed, you finished your bird, and luckily it managed to get out with only one shot at us. And then you got all pulled up. He asked you several questions going to be who was willing to help on the ship. Shifter, and I believe Basher agreed to help.
And Perrin.
And Perrin agreed to help him on the ship for a while. I think Perrin ended up opting out, though. What about Basher? Who opted out? There wasn't Basher in there. You. So, Burton, Perrin, and Shifter said they would help. Burton said, "You know what, never mind." Somewhat no, so I'm saying 3 people offered to help, 1 person backed out.
I offered help, but realized, hey, I would be better on the boat.
Gotcha. So there you go. Cecilia, Perrin, and Shifter offered to help. Cecilia backed out because she realized she wouldn't be able to help.
That was my question with heavy stuff.
I think it was translating. I don't know what you mean. Oh, yeah. Alfred offered his services to set up his telepathic link between Shifter and the person in charge of Shifter to help them communicate while Shifter was in.
He would be helpful.
Next morning came, the sound of shift change came. I was sorry, also you guys had discussed whether or not you would be willing to help on deck if they were attacked at anything. Everyone agreed to help. They thanked you profusely for that and also set aside terms for more free roam around the ship. Next morning came, sound of the horn was sound. After about 20 minutes, someone came to Perrin and Basher's door, Shifter's door, said, "Hey, you're late, let's go." And then informed you guys by the end of the shift to make sure you were ready to go by that first one about that. So they can veer off or set up the link and tools are the same. You had a solid 4 hours of work, took an hour break, and then another 4 hours of solid work. And the shipmate was originally frustrated with them yet from a berry that took care of all of his food and hunger needs for the day. That's since you were working twice as hard throughout the day to make up the hour you took off. So a week passed, you guys got out to sea, and in midday, shortly after you guys' free roam time, the attack sound was heard as 3 loud horn bells. You guys rushed to the top of the sea, just to the top of the boat, just in time to see the boat being attacked by giant octopus left flank. You guys fought, flung shit, and shot at them. The ape started hurling cannonballs because it was out of rocks to throw. Bring any cheap stuff. And you guys were doing pretty well. The captain had lost 4 men in the process, though. The octopus tentacles were just reaching up, grabbing onto feet, and yanking crewmen off the ship. And with that, Basher decided that this would be a good time for him to really get into the fray, and promptly jumped off the boat. The octopus, having much more reach and maneuverability than him, made quick work of grappling and pulling him underwater. Shifter then apparently jumped in the water, realized he couldn't be much help, he couldn't get to where he needed to be quickly, especially when he headed the boat in the way that he was. He started pulling bodies out of the water. Before he saw 2 more octopi coming up and joining in the fray. Another octopi appearing next to the boat. Shifter jumped in and shifted. Dozo jumping in after that as well, and then Cecilia following shortly thereafter, but just taking up more time than anything as she hit the water and started drowning. Dozo came back, helped steady and save her, and they began joining the fight. Shifter in octopus form had a tug-of-war with the other giant octopus. Shifter jumped in the water, began having tug-of-war with the other octopus, ultimately ending in Basher unfortunately attacked. The tug-of-war went on for some more time before the other octopus finally was killed and released the body. You have to pull his body back on deck and pull the other 2 bodies off the Baron, and all regathered yourself on the ship. Luckily, the crewmate still has a mental link with you and was able to tell the group, hey, that octopus is our friend, please don't shoot it. So, with that, you all reconvene back on top of the boat and you call the discussion. At 1:30 a.m. So with that, the usual flicker pop that you guys love oh so much, and Heron appears in front of you. Poppy and Boy also appear on the deck of the ship. And for the first time, I think ever. Oh no, sorry, I'm wrong. Gozo, flicker. Okay, I thought we almost had a session with everybody here, but I forgot.
No, Harold is
Yep. So as they flicker poop, or flicker here, the turtle poops away. Yep. Sure. Oh yeah, you won't hear otherwise. That's right. Flicker. Sorry.
Huh.
So Flicker appears as well. So yeah, this time you're all here with the exception of Basher, who is currently lying dead at your guys' feet, and Dozo, who has moved away. It's still in here. Or actually, no, you can have one. Yeah. Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
Yeah. You lost Metronome.
Yeah, I know.
Good job. What do we do?
That guy, right there.
Oh, we killed some giant octopi that were killing the crewmates. Basha died in the process when he jumped in to try and save crewmates.
Oh. How long was I gone?
Snook, how long was Boys gone?
Boys, Poppy, and Claire, you guys were all gone about a little over a week.
A little over a week.
So we still got 2.5 months
go. Gotcha.
Yes.
You're saying this, whatever this magic curse, whatever you want to call it, can't just poof us there.
Don't know. Hasn't yet.
Not magic, it's just a thought. One is lifting, one is if we make more power than we have the right to that. You're correct. I said declare. Because you can dodge it.
I'm gonna take a look at the floor, see Basher, and I'm gonna ask what happened to Basher.
He was killed by octopi.
I
Well, it was killed because he decided to jump in the water.
do burial at sea.
That's pretty much what we've come to the conclusion of, being as we have no way to actually perform any rites or rituals.
We could make a little boat, shove it
Think
off,
it's
light the
something
boat on
that
fire, let it sink.
dead.
The captain comes walking, Aga comes walking up. You can see he looks a little disheveled, a little angry. Just down. Thank you guys for your assistance.
Did what we could.
Sorry that it cost you one of your men.
Part of being an adventurer. Sometimes you die. Not wanted, not expected, but that happens.
I will be building a boat pyre for my 4 men that we lost. If you would like your man to join them atop the flames.
That'll work. I don't think you'd be opposed to that.
Thank you for recovering the bodies for me. That way they can have a proper burial.
Well, that's the proper way of doing things. Make them what you expect.
So, again, I thank you. I take it these 3 are part of the 10 that you gave me the list of?
Yep.
All right. Welcome aboard. I expect your friends to fill you in on the rules of my ship. I don't give a shit that you weren't here for the explanation. I still expect you to follow the rules.
Clean up your dog.
And with that, he turns and walks away. Calls back over his shoulder. The fire should be ready in about half an hour.
All right.
And he just turns to look at him.
We're back to body.
He will throw the animal and its owner.
Boys said he's gonna say a prayer.
I'm gonna prayer over Basher's body, and then once I finish that, I want to move over to the sailors and bless their bodies.
Stay with me. He goes out.
As you approach the sailor's body, you begin moving your hands to cast a spell, and you feel a strong hand on your wrist as you look up.
He wasn't casting a spell, he was just saying a prayer.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was doing a spell prayer. Sorry, I misunderstood.
No, just doing a prayer.
The first mate still walks up and just stands next to you silently while you're doing your prayer.
After I give a prayer to all the sailors and all the men who died, I walk off and rejoin the group.
Do you depart?
Yeah, just stay in the room. No problem.
Knock on the door. No response.
No. I read notes. Let's open the door. Is it a little bit smoky? Nobody knows.
All right. Don't forget you guys know that there's in your room.
And I'll be with him for as some cleric looking at that as well.
Who's it bunking with me?
Don't know.
Boys,
You're talking.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're bunking with me,
Wargamers.
and Coffee's
What?
bunking with Cecilia.
Huh?
We can't understand you.
You're bunking with me, and Coffee is bunking with Cecilia.
Okay.
I don't remember where it was. It was just it was probably something we found. It was probably something we found, and then I just took it. Wanting to kind of do
Can I train my dog now?
Well, puppy?
Can I train my dog?
Yeah, you can work on training your dog.
Okay, I look at Cecilia and ask if she wants to join me.
Yeah, I think you want to go in there and train your dog.
Sure. I'll help.
While you're tag teaming with the dog, tag team with the owl.
Yeah. I will.
Oh, who has an owl?
Huh? I
You
have
can do
an owl.
things in your room.
Oh,
I was wondering if you could help me with that.
Yeah, you just
sure.
have to.
Is there something about training dogs in the
Do you know how to sail?
Okay, so a great axe, right?
Or you think in your room?
Here. Great axe. Great axe.
Find a hobby to do things.
Great axe.
Sometimes
well, the owl and the dog can be together.
Oh,
Is there a book for
you can't run the boat.
training animals?
The DM to the side.
No, I mean like actually like doing it.
So, well, 20 minutes pass. For anyone on deck, the captain walks out. For anyone on deck, hang tight here. You're going to go gather the rest of your party and the crew, and they're going to form the funeral. Well, back to the rooms. You get a knock on your door. Captain yelling, funeral on time.
Right.
Are you in the room or are you
For a proper burial, they must be burned.
Oh, the barrier.
Assume you're in your room there. Captain runs. I believe your name is Claire. I'm assuming you want to slip the note in the middle. Smoke one, you don't damage my ship. When you damage my ship, and I'm pretty sure your teammates already told you what happens if you break any rules.
You go swimming.
You do. So, does anyone travel back to the front of the boat? Yeah. So the crew all starts gathering. Our resting against the side of the boat is a smaller, essentially lifeboat that has all of the bodies arranged side by side, very neatly placed, very cleanly wrapped. All of Basher's gear was stripped off of him and is sitting next to him in the boat, along with all the fire gear. He's got his axe. Alfred, you do know that when you went to your room, there was a nicely wrapped package in the shape of a battle axe on Bass's bed. That was still there when you left. Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's got his battle axe and his armor on next to that, sure. The shield is not there, and it's not bad. You should regular battle after. Then we're gonna go ransack the room. That's not yet.
So that's stuff that might be.
You don't know. All you know is you recognize that they're well built.
He's being burned with the battle axe. Oh,
Currently, no, the shield is not there, and that's bad. It's the one that you with.
right, so they're not burying him with the battle axe.
Correct. They don't have.
If we fix that, yeah.
They told you that before you make a decision that you're unilateral and disappear just like that because you let you.
Well, I'm asking you guys, should we do that? Should we get that fixed real quick? No.
It is in my culture. Barbarian, we burn our soldiers with their material so that they can fight in the afterlife. Power.
Yes.
Before we start, should we fix something with our soldiers?
What? Did we not do it properly?
He will not have to be,
It's right there. And points to battle that thing.
that
That was a subsidiary of the shifter from
his main one.
Blade.
Yeah.
He brought. Good job. That's he's about to flip his shit.
His main one is made of fire, I guess.
Gotcha. Understood. If you'd like to bury your comrade for the rest of the year, feel free.
Give us 1 second to grab it.
I think
All
that's
all
only
those, because I didn't get a lot of stuff.
Or roll investigation book for you.
Along with how many people?
That's clean. You don't see any extra gear in your I don't really know what I was doing with the anything in a while. What about you notice on the bed, in the bed, it kind of blends into the rest of the bed. And you see just the corner of the shield. So you're watching, you see the green on my list, it kind of got pulled something off out of like where it should be, reach down and then something happens. Because essentially that's what you see, is he reaches on the bed and picks up a hand axe that's in the same shape, or same, the shape of the bed. And then from behind him, inside the wall, he pulls out a large shield. Large kind of shield.
He had it kind of hidden in such a way wrapped up. Right, I just walked over, it's like one hand.
Unnatural.
What it is.
Oh, my
You pick it up, right up.
You could chill, and if you were blind, you realize it wasn't a false.
Yeah, no, just. Because of one that got
So that's not his shield. So then I guess I'll throw his shield on my back.
You'd still burn it. So you would have been there, or if you were in that game, you would have been there when you said you can't go with me to the crossbow. So it's up to you whether that should save one of them.
I guess I'll leave that up to the party. So the
Sounds
shield,
like it.
the shield is for you folks. It's a remembrance item. Does that, you guys want that to stay with the party?
Sword and remember that?
So inside, if you like to roll inside against that,
Yeah.
steaming part of the bullshit.
Okay.
That was
I say
That's an actual 20 with a 1.
so. I say you Max bury it with him. That was his axe. Shield, knee crosses.
Yeah.
Well, if we remember correctly, this axe is one that he found and used because of his natural nature, whereas this axe that he's being currently buried with was the one that he came with. So that's his hereditary axe.
Wasn't the axe that was the one that was given to him by the guild though?
Or that. Yeah.
I think that was one given to him by the guild.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm gonna say that would be his primary weapon. Yeah. The guild gifted everybody something. He was good for the master weapon. Like I said, his primary.
They gave me the great sword I used.
I think his axe came. I think the axe came first.
No, the axe is the first axe came right.
No. The regular axe.
But yeah, the regular axe.
The regular axe came first, but it's not his primary.
The weapon that turns into flame, that's the thing.
Right, that is something that is primary. The only reason he's not using it is because he's not.
Somebody find something. Yeah, but you only use it primarily because you found it later.
It's still his primary weapon. If you have better gear, do you not want to use the better gear? The only reason he could use better gear is to get on the ship. Now we need to bury him to rest, which would be good for the weapon he originally chose. Keep the magic gear. No.
But then, therefore, but if we keep the gear that we were promoted in life, we keep the gear that is the one that we use most, and bury them with the one that they started with, because it's not the primary anymore. But it gives them something to fight with when they get it after that. Because we all know that there will be a big battle at the end of the world. And it goes to a fight.
Hello.
Oh, so what you missed was Cecilia and Shifter went to yours and Dasher's room to recover the rest of his items to burn with him. And now they're arguing over whether or not they should just keep his stuff or burn it with him.
We're debating on which axe he should be burned with.
Do we respect him by keeping an item that he cherished, or do we burn him with the item that he cherished so he can use it in the afterlife and fight in the final battle?
And that's where I was going before I got my phone. You know he's full of shit and he wants to get the paragraph. Not a paragraph, but once he gets the paragraph. He doesn't care about remembering something.
Yeah, we're ignoring him because he didn't even know that he was bad. I mean, so he doesn't. Thank you.
Well, when you say things like that to us,
I know
in your opinion doesn't matter. When your life may depend on it.
It sounds like a dick thing to say, but you guys.
It's like, you know, you're telling me my things don't matter. You say, hey, I need help, and I'm doing a little help. You're gonna die.
Yeah, so you know me. You didn't know me.
Why don't we just do the same thing?
I guess that's fair, but you know, I did try to help you if you died.
He's a big treasure. He tried to rip him in half.
Horse shit. I tried to pull him out of the
I
water.
was under the water. I saw the whole thing. You were trying to rip him in half.
You were under the water, 30 feet away in the boat. You had no idea what was going on.
Yes, they go.
Wait, how do you even know if he's actually that he died by ghost?
Well, because the one squid that was holding him underwater was not the squid.
I would hope that the one squid that turned back to me, he was threw his ass back onto the boat, which is why they have a body. Didn't want to kill it.
Yeah, no.
You're not sure I'm getting guy. There's quite possibility.
Either way,
all I know is that when you play tug of war with a dead rabbit, the rabbit ripped in two.
Or explodes.
Neither happened.
So at this point, the captain yells out, "If you're all done bickering like children, we've got a funeral to get underway with.
Yeah.
If they're bringing items to pet on his body, if that's the case, please present them or stop bickering." I don't give a shit. I don't care.
He's angry. I will just what he says.
Give him a second
Okay.
to get out of the way.
He's burning, not buried.
Thank you.
So there's fire.
A few men walk over on the other side of the bike, grab the boat, grab it, toss it over, and lower it down with some ropes. And after it's at the bottom, you let it drift away good 20, 30 feet, and when the other man pulls out a bow and arrow, lights the arrow, shoots the boat. So pulls in that 20. Yeah. If it flies through, hits the boat goes up in a ball of flame. And all of the pirates stand on the side of the ship. They have to wear off in the
Yes, they know they're running a stupid boat.
They sit there watching. They'll fall fight as you yell it out. The captain shoots the angry, dirty look back at you, tells you to shut up. I don't give a shit. Shut up. They go back to just standing there, and the pirates stay there until the ship completely burns and sinks underwater. Any of you can leave if you want, but the entire crew stays there the whole time.
I'm staying. Don't crew stay.
So after it's done burning, has to go back on. Captain turns around, looks at everyone, most of your party. Disrespect will not be tolerated on this boat any further. If it comes down to the point where we are burying more bodies and I hear any more disrespect like this, it's not tolerated. And turns and walks away.
What you did. I was explaining.
Good job, guys. Good job.
We all went silent, be strange.
Does anybody remember if we tried anything against fishing?
Captain's fine. He said that, he looked at across, right at the two of them, and showed up. He's talking about calamari towards the end of it. Yes. His problem was during the funeral. The issue we had.
Does any of you remember?
I shake my head and head to my room.
Yep. Same.
Were you the only one?
Well, boys.
So I shake my head and I head to my room.
Yep.
Same.
Me too. Do you remember if you have to turn against fishing?
No, there's not.
That's with my dog.
I know, because I got fish for the brew.
During free time or just?
And I've been catching fish.
I could envision you to like teach me out.
And after another 5 minutes or so, the boat lurches forward and begins to move again. You see the crew kind of slowly working their way around the ship, getting back to work. Your handler approaches you probably about 15 minutes after the funeral ends. Are there any more ships left in you? Get back to work. And same with you. Your handler, it takes another extra 5 minutes. He approaches you, doesn't finish. Your handler doesn't talk to you this time, except for do this. It's very short flight with you.
The funeral's over. I maybe we brought up to these with me to have a good meal. Yeah, let's see the bird.
Yep, that's when everybody was still standing.
Alfred, the guy that's been coming to you every morning to get the connection.
Telepathic.
He approaches you and asks you, has this spell need to be recast, or is it still good?
Still good.
Fine. And he turns and walks away.
My culture, we have a big huge stature.
Right now, he's still talking a bit, but as I was about to say, anyone that talks to or goes near the crew, you can see they're all a little short with the rest of the party. You can't fucking talk to me. They still have me a little bit, but a lot of it's very short. Someone that's not helping on the boat, what are you doing?
Chilling in my room, as I've been doing.
My room.
Close.
The thing is, there, I can really teach my outlaws how to yeah. How many items
Can I have your permission to take
to have a
pictures
fetch?
of the
Dagger, look at it.
She's drawing with that.
Yeah,
She's doing a picture of the octopus, fighting you guys, and then she's doing a picture of the funeral.
Right, no matter what, but like, you were the one who wanted it.
You should bring it over to
Put it in the Discord. I am. But the reason I thought to start doing that is because you mentioned doing the messenger.
I'm just in my room and make sure I heard it like carefully against my door.
It was fun, door popped down and just gradually reached the door.
Oh, you don't press the curtain.
I mean, neighbors think about how their lives and now they want to show it as a fun.
Well, y'all were contradicting.
Goblin was explaining something to someone I don't know, and he was actually
Right up there. How quick can we handle them? Okay. So the rest of the workday goes. Your horn goes off at night. So you guys know that you have your free roam time, and for you guys that your shift is over. Is anyone doing anything?
Nope. I am also going to push you here.
So you guys make your way to end the boat. Roll.
Nature or survival?
Survival.
That's going to be a 18.
You're catching fish left and right. Takes a little time here, but you're catching a pretty good sized fish. You catch a couple guppies. You do catch one trout, but you pull it up and it's diseased and sickly looking and not that big. You're not having a good time.
And then don't put it on the guy.
What else are you going to do with it? Not going to eat it.
Particularly, you get somebody to use to take care of why you got sick.
Well,
You know how to do that. There's some people who do exactly what. There's people that what because he always likes to take everything, give him.
no sugar one?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go down to Burton's one.
Didn't know who said it, did he? I'm not very free.
With it,
It's,
purpose.
Shirley told me to bring you diseased fish so you can infect it. And figure out why it got sick so we can make a.
So for future reference, I don't deal with biological, I deal with technical.
I know, that's why I was confused. I don't think that.
So do something else with this.
Wait.
So instead of giving a solution to go somewhere else, you just tell them to go. I know, that's disturbing.
I mean, I keep on those reasons for this and help you out with.
Yes. What?
Go back to work. And I am going to. Huh?
What?
I want to see if the
Medicine or nature?
Was everyone a better at?
Sure. Whichever one you're worse at, you don't want to do it.
Uh,
I'm just giving you your options.
I'm just.
Okay, then just pick whichever one you think you're going to do up here with.
That is one yeah, bye-bye.
You suck tonight, bud.
Yes, I do. I also suck last.
You start poking around in it, cutting it, and dissecting it, and
Grab
blood is splashing everywhere. You're tearing this fish up into chunks. You almost cut yourself a few times. At one point, you're cutting, you think you see a growth or something, and you kind of start cutting towards it. Only realize that your finger poking through from the other side. You effectively destroy the fish, and you ascertain that the fish is infected. And that's about all you can figure out.
Okay.
It did die due to some disease caused by some sort of something.
All I managed to figure out.
Related to something.
Yeah.
Possibly related to something.
I am going to keep fishing.
A little bit. So real quick. Basher's final words on the matter.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
Would I have the fish again tomorrow?
Yeah, you spend the rest of your downtime fishing. It's just you don't manage to get much of anything. It's a lot of garbage. You pull up some garbage. That's so good at this.
You guys like a huge monster fish.
You do anything? Fine. Yeah, you put up. You find Cecilia at one point passing by. She shows you where she's beginning to slide put up after her pet. Boys, what are you doing throughout the rest of the day?
Mute. I'm just chilling in my room.
Puppy?
You do.
Did you end up spending some time training your dog?
Yeah.
What commands?
What command? Looking it up.
Stay.
Okay, roll an animal handling.
Oh, I have to choose all of them?
Roll animal handling.
I'll roll animal.
You're gonna have to work on each command, so you gotta start somewhere.
Okay.
Roll a d20.
Sooner or later.
$14.
Okay. If you work on it throughout the better part of the day, much to your annoyance, Cecilia never shows up to help you like you'd ask.
The lady never shows up to help you like you asked.
You talked with Cecilia about helping you train your dog earlier?
You didn't come?
She never showed up.
I didn't realize that she
How rude. Where is she on this boat?
When you guys share a room.
Yeah, she doesn't come. She never came back to her room throughout the day.
What?
During the free time, she just disappeared. Alright, so it comes to a close. I'm assuming just go by with their good berries that they were sitting out. What are you guys doing in the morning? Let's you guys just call it night from there. I'm not doing anything throughout the night, going anywhere, talking to anyone. You don't see any talk?
It's just when I go back to my room with coffee, I'm just going to feel like I was
Do you remember that, Poppy?
What?
When
He said he was fishing with me, which was more important.
when I come back to our room, I tell you that I was out fishing with Karen, so that's why I didn't come back that day.
Okay. Fishing for food?
Attempting to.
Okay. A valid reason.
I've been trying to get stuff this whole time. It's sleeping.
What did I
All right. So late in the evening, Alfred does knock at your door later in the evening.
Yes. Open the door.
With the captain. Just wanted to come by and partially check on you guys, or check on you and your team.
All right.
Partially find out how long you've been traveling with your friends.
Span of weeks, maybe a month now.
If you could please communicate to them. Obviously, hoping it doesn't happen again. But on the unfortunate circumstance that there's another funeral to be held on this boat. The time where everyone's being quiet and not talking to each other, with our hats off, staring and watching our brothers burn, was meant to be a quiet time.
Yeah.
Until the boat has sunk and is no longer visible. It was meant to be a quiet time.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
I'm just letting you know because you seem to be the level-headed leader from what I've seen from talking to you. So
Much to my chagrin so far, yeah, that would be the case.
I'm communicating this to you.
Thank you.
As I did threaten to throw people overboard at first annoyance, I am trying to not have to go that route. But your
I
team
appreciate it.
Proving that difficult. So I appreciate your guys' help today, though. I'm sure that would have been much worse if I didn't have you guys there to help out.
We did our best.
Yes. Also, unless your team is sure they can swim quickly, properly without much difficulty, please do not jump off the fucking boat again.
Oh, swimming wasn't his problem. From what I know, he was a strong swimmer. It's octopi.
Yes, but I've noticed combat comes easier to those more adept in the water.
True that.
So,
I'm not a strong swimmer. I jumped in because people were in trouble.
yeah, if you could stay on the boat, that would be preferable.
I would prefer to stay on the boat. That's absolutely my intent.
However you all feel you need to handle the fight, that's true. Yeah, once you start going overboard, it gets a whole lot worse. I don't know how much ski traveling you've done, but there's a lot of shit hiding under that water.
Absolutely none before today.
So yeah, there's a lot of shit hiding under the water, and once blood gets spilled in that water, it might come to you. So it's not usually a good idea to go jumping in after people.
Oh, I figured as much, which is why I put it off as long as I could. But I will relay that to the rest of the team in case they don't have any common sense. Which some of them it seems to be the case.
And you have a good night. And turns in
You as well.
Both of you getting off on your door. Any criminal you see kind of wandering the ship at various points. You can eat your small time. Weeks pay. Any turns in weeks. 10 seconds. Those are back to me until there's like week 10 and 20. So, is anyone doing anything?
chilling. I do go to each person's room and tell them exactly what I said. This should be common sense, but if everyone is, having a solemn moment of silence, follow the fuck along. It's pretty easy. I shouldn't have to tell you, but I am.
So you're telling me that, or you're telling them about the water thing too?
Yeah, the water thing too.
All right.
I mean, not that it can be helped, obviously, in situations, but if you can't swim, stay the hell out of the water. I tried to keep that up, but sometimes you can't. So
I'm gonna make this clear to you, and I ask you to pass it along. I am a short, stout dwarf in splint armor. The only way I'm going overboard is if I get thrown off. If there's other people in the water, I'll do what I can, but I'm not going into the water.
good to know that I can't trust you to save me in that situation. Thank you for letting me know that.
It is not so much that I can't save you, is that I'll probably drown myself.
Oh, I probably would have myself too, but I got lucky apparently. So I'll keep in mind that you refuse to help me in that situation.
Heavy armor.
Thank you.
I will try to help, but I'm not going in the water. I'm not saying I won't help. I'm just saying I'm going in the water.
Got it. You refuse to help in that situation.
Take of it what you will.
I will pass that along.
My conversation is really simple. In the culture I'm from, once the fire's lit, we go to a feast. That's why I mentioned the calamari, because that would have meant a huge feast. That was still technically respectful according to my culture.
Great. Your culture fine. That's not the culture of the ship. The culture of the ship says, fire's lit, keep your damn lips shut.
Okay.
Pretty simple. Understood that maybe about your culture that's not the thing, that's why you did it. Understood. Future reference, fire's lit, seal your lips.
You cut the last one to days with words.
I was being yelled at, so I had to yell back.
Well,
save the yelling for afterwards. That'd be the best. But I'm just passing that along so no one gets thrown overboard. Enjoy.
Yeah, we're in the same room at this point, and it's not nice. So.
Yeah.
It'd be like, if they're light, they're usually doing the job wrong.
Yeah. Because they usually make people not like them.
you guys ready for the Zoom to put that?
We're in the same room.
Yeah. Come on, you got it. Keep thinking throwing names on that list.
To be honest, the second you start kind of telling me about all that, I just close the door.
And he just shuts the door in your face.
Burton, if you want to start shit with the captain, don't involve the rest of us. Wait till the damn boat's done.
I don't believe I'm starting shit with the captain, I'm starting shit with you.
Got it. Letting you know, for future reference, if you feel like starting shit with the captain, wait till we're off the ship. Then you can fucking drown and not the rest of us.
Agreed.
So, in the middle of that argument, the door you just left swings open and you hear Claire yelling, "You guys are loud, shut up." As the door slams again.
I got yelled at. I thought they were really about the policing perfectly good voice to get some dialogue. Yell at me.
I'm aware that technically speaking, the 5 people who have been on that boat are on the boat.
1, 2, 3.
No. The 5 people who are on the boat and now are on that boat sitting. We're the 5 people who would have been on that boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the only.
What's the shame with them? What's history?
They straight and color.
Now that it's history, but what's history?
The bonus of what?
No history bonus, or just straight bonus.
No matter what, it's just a straight up roll.
You need both.
No, I don't.
Don't be intelligent.
6.
Oh, come on.
Now, I don't know if I get any bonuses for being background sailor, but
Well, you be advantage.
7. I rolled a 7 in the day.
You're rolling basically the same stuff like I did when I tried to swim.
Even
on advantage. Even on advantage, you roll super low.
I'm just wondering what would happen if I rolled them together so they're knocking against each other instead of rolling.
So mechanically, what he's referring to,
Yeah, it comes out different.
real quick, mechanically, what the captain was referring to when he talked about the whole if you can't properly swim thing, was referring to if you don't have a swim speed. Some races get a swim speed, or some don't. That's what it was referring to. If you don't have a swim speed, you got disadvantage to fighting the water.
Correct.
So that would be what he meant by that was he's not saying you can't swim because Bashar was from well, he had a high athletic. But he was still at disadvantage when he was doing the water because he doesn't have a swim speed. So mechanically, that's what he meant by that.
Technically, the only reason I jumped in that water, and I jumped in with a tether on my hands on purpose, was not so much the fight, was to pull things out. Because you're not supposed to be in the water.
You can talk to the captain if you want. The captain just relayed his message.
No, it's true. When I jumped off the ship to attack the squid, I was holding onto a rope and swung back like this, but I still was on the rope and swung off back on the ship. The only time I jumped in the water was when Bashar jumped in and I had to go in and get him.
Try to go in
When he was on the outside ship.
Yeah.
And that's just my conversation with him.
So you all settle in for bed?
No jumping in the water. It would float me down.
Yeah. Fireplaces and things.
Are you playing with your boat sink?
Stay warm though.
For the whole 2 seconds this water was playing in, me holding it.
Swim. I'm like a lizard guy.
I don't know who's swimming is fine. It's just not very many of us are trying to fight underwater. There's a lot of scary shit that you can't see from above the water. Exactly. Yeah, because you can turn into some of the scary shit that's in the water.
And that's the point. If you could turn into it, you can't.
If you're not part of this conversation, you net out of it. I'm talking to him in my foot cash.
You're not even in the room.
Very popular. Really good at shit.
Your room.
There's no insulation.
Your room. Your room. Just like yelling at them.
The other players got a lot more free time. He says during the day you're allowed to move around more. During night they're a lot more restricted because that's when they've got more people on the boat. Because that's when they expect to attack the last by half the people. So they told you during the day, a good half the day you're allowed to go on the boat. They send 100 people to be up there. And at night they give you about an hour around midnight you're allowed to go. And then during mealtime you're all allowed to go on the boat. You guys are being expected there for the day. You guys eat for 15 minutes. You get to there, you eat, then you can have a 45 minutes.
Yeah, we can be out of the room. Oh, we're not allowed to be above there. We're not allowed to be above there.
They actually say keep in your room.
Oh wait, no, in the room.
Because
rooms are just switching shifts. And,
yeah, you don't have your own floor. You're in the living quarters where it clears and comes out for you essentially. So people are constantly moving throughout the house. You guys aren't right next to each other. Your rooms are scattered throughout this bottom floor.
Yes,
Yeah, yes. You have 5 cookies.
or, I want the Tiger Slinger to go to a place in the
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright, so, anyone else doing anything at night? Or talk to anyone at night or anything?
No.
I report it sounded, so let you guys know you have your hour and a half before you're allowed about that. Or everyone's at it.
I'm going to go because I have different.
So, morning comes, 8 o'clock comes, I'm assuming I'll fix shifter and Aaron are awake already, ready to go.
Yep. Do my normal job, which is to use the telepathy link.
Pulled out, taking out 6 rooms, so he's made, you go about your job. Aaron, you're pulled to go do your job. The crew seems a little less irritable today, but still not just chatty like they were. Anyone do anything about today during any of the free time, or just business as usual?
Business as usual.
Right away or wait for you
Another command.
You never still have real issues, not have to go for you guys.
Teacher.
Out of the 8 doors you try, 5 of them there's no answer. 1 you get first action, you just rule someone else dead, just went down from that ship. But what's it called is, he says, sorry, tired, and you're snoring. And you take it. There. There. Nope. I just put you out. I think that you open the door into this line, the metal line slows down the stairs as you go to the floor. Before popping back down the floor. I'm sorry. Okay. Four.
Can I do a same spell again?
Did you not learn it the first time?
You just said that.
Just ask.
I'm question.
Yes, Poppy?
Did I learn that skill or no?
It's going to take more time to work to get it out.
Can I work on it again?
Yeah.
Can I roll again?
At advantage, because the study helps you now. How do you help?
Oh yeah, are you helping?
You just help? Yeah, the study helps you to get advantage.
So roll 2?
Yep.
America.
What is it?
Advantage.
Oh.
$15.
At advantage?
Yep.
Seems like the doctor.
What?
Seems like the dog is starting to get it.
Dog's trying to get it.
They're not gonna go inside the room to see.
I'm like lighting up and toss up there. Like,
I'm just gonna go get up in here.
Who's got a minus 20 strength?
well, I didn't want to sit in the room. I'll just sit there and talk.
You could probably get probably got off the by
Looks like it. Show over something.
So, you gotta find this one.
You just said the flight was closed for there. Not much. How much do you bring? But
He weighs like 23 pounds. Like, literally, anybody can throw him. He's a tiny boy.
I don't know if ceiling fits.
He weighs 36 pounds.
I don't know if ceiling. I don't know
I
if
think
ceiling
He couldn't pick me.
I have a negative. I have to transform into a monkey and have somebody telepathically connect my head with whoever I'm working with to actually be useful.
Anyway, literally, let him.
I have to turn into a monkey to pick you up.
Like, all you got to do is move your foot and stuff. Your whole way behind.
Hi, everybody.
Pushes him out the way. Go on it. Slide it. Just do it on you. Shut that way.
Can you stop looking to the top room? Good, same room. That's what it is.
Yeah, we've been talking.
So driver in the top of that. We have no crew in this.
I don't know if you can get that.
Because you kept talking during the middle of the call.
You have no
You pissed off the whole room.
He didn't say nothing. He didn't say anything. It was me.
Yeah, it was you two, right? You guys pissed off the crew.
Yes,
I
no.
don't even know.
And you get turned up. The top thing you're going, hey, it's shipped for you, isn't it?
This time, we have to
Not before you ask that. I'd have to wreck on that because you've been talking while you were out doing everything. So midday, shipper 10-2, plug knock in door, ask can you do it? Then you have that conversation with you guys.
All right, I gotta go back.
Go for it.
Stop.
you're hoping Poppy and the dog let it once time they're able to go out and fish stuff.
Your day action is training.
So it takes an entire day.
You training your owl?
So I spend the day helping you.
Oh,
If you want, we can do my hour. We can do my hour tomorrow.
yeah, okay.
Alright. So we'll just every other day we'll switch times.
Yeah, since we still have a lot of time left.
Alright. Sounds good.
Alright, anyone else doing anything or going any work out today? Staying in your room?
Yeah, same room. I'll be right back.
I'll just take it from you.
So is this standard procedure for the next several days, several stages?
Yep.
Today, you guys have any very completely made to get sort more parts of the dog you use the parts repair.
Without breaking it. You're only allowed to twist.
I said
Really do too.
You managed to finish it the first day. throughout the third or fourth day, the crew seems to have warmed back up to everyone. They want to cocktail in the crew. They don't get the short-tempered answers anymore. They're talking not buddy-buddy, but how you would expect a person you just met and just start traveling with to talk to you. Captain stays busy, doesn't come talking to anyone throughout the next about 2 weeks. Who goes above deck during the free time?
I do. Every day. I'll go with advice. Since I'm just very good at it, I'll go out every now and then.
I do.
So, know that we have some of us have been 2.5 weeks total of your journey so far. And during the free time, horn goes off. You guys see the breaks. For anyone above deck, you guys see in the distance a ship as closer. You guys hear calls from the president being yelled out, and you see the boat kind of jerks and starts turning course towards the front of the ship.
Actually, Bobby,
From your sailing experience, it looks like they're floating a course towards it.
Bobby.
You have to talk to them now.
I just remember. I don't even need to train my. I didn't even need to train my owl. I don't even need to train my owl right now. I have animal speak and can just tell it what to do.
Okay.
So we can just train your dog.
They've got stuff we want to
Okay.
Alright.
He was introduced as the pirate captain. Repeatedly.
Pirate Captain Drummond.
Yeah, he is pirate captain Drummond.
Yeah.
That was said repeatedly. No, it's Lacey.
Only means to be adequate travel. So we're not just going to kill all these guys. You know, it's a good question.
How do we know they're innocent? How do we know they're innocent? Sir. Sir. How do we know they're innocent?
Don't know where everybody stands on. Okay. Let me explain to you. If they try to attack you, I walk up to you, I smack you on the leg. You were innocent. You didn't deserve what I just did. That's the definition of innocence.
What?
The captain
How
looks
do we know
over.
that we don't deserve
Are we going to have a problem here, gentlemen?
Nope. No, sir.
If you don't like it, you're more than welcome to stay in your room.
Head below deck.
Does anyone have a problem with it? Speak now. Either help or get out of the way. I will give you more free time later, but it looks like free time is being cut short.
I head below deck. Not my business.
Already below deck. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on.
They said they've got stuff we're taking. You help them pirate? Yes or no? He said if you're not going to help, get out of the way. Okay.
I will head down below and take my goblin friends with me.
People usually on those they know this.
Strength with this. Huh?
Really?
I know you're a
Or
dog.
that
I know.
say no and up to him if you don't want to go. Just you said I don't know if you don't want to, so time to clarify. So you're helping?
Doesn't make it. Bernie has an issue with my
I don't believe it.
I don't really have an issue with what they're doing.
What they do has an issue with what they're doing. Yeah,
Do that.
well, we don't know something that for sure.
The guild's biggest thing is training the next generation and not being murderers.
So if we went back to our guild leader right now and told him, yeah, we pirated some random people, we murdered them all, took all their shit. Our guild wouldn't care.
We tried, but
Yeah.
Roll history.
History, no, Joe's what do have a problem with that.
Yep. I will get to a on no account.
Be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. My guy's downstairs anyways.
You joined with everyone else when we started?
Yeah.
So that's why you've been for. So isn't something that's come up? Their stance pretty much don't get a bad name for the kids. Don't do the guild's name. Don't let them know that you're adventurers on a quest and just murdering.
So as of right now.
There's not really a precedent for piracy set in the guild. It's not something they've done.
So as of right now, if we were to go do
As of right
it,
now,
as long
it's
as
not
we
an
were just pirating without giving it any name of the guild because that you were saying that you're part of the guild. Alright, do what you want, just don't boast that you're part of our guild, don't let them know that you're part of our guild. You're doing it because you want to be a pirate fan. So,
I'll keep them
We're already loaded up for them.
as long as you don't do nothing in the name of the guild, I don't care.
Alright.
And it doesn't cause issues for us.
I will do my best. Not cause issues.
I'm aware of how the guild feels about this, but as it stands, it's not something that they. It's one of those things that there's not a precedent set for. You don't have a response.
But there kind of is. There's no whole issue with the person that was making buttons to begin with. It's establish the rest of how they feel about
That's what I'm saying. There's not a specific precedent against it. There's just
We would like to go.
general feelings towards it.
We would like to go kill people and take their shit. Is the guild going to look poorly upon this and upon our group if he does this? Is that something that I would kind of...
They tend to frown upon that, yes.
No, you can't go. Go below that.
Questions were asked.
I'm a merchant. I want to stop this, but
If he was introduced to you as the pirate captain, right? Not a, they would say, oh yeah, the pirate captain can help you. And they said, all right.
My thing is that I want to captain that I would be with them.
Is it something that's going to get us in a deep water because I know how to sell this shit,
Yes.
but I cannot sell it by myself. So
Yeah,
you
there would
not.
be, yes, you would be in deep water.
My thing is
No.
that the captain already, I
But if you
already
mean
told
like
the
deep water
captain
by
that I would be covered.
Yeah.
No, I mean literally deep water.
You know what you mean. That's why I said no.
My issue is if I told, I've already told the captain that I'm coming, and if I
I will
don't,
personally
then
tell the
I'm
captain.
afraid that I'm going to get thrown.
We're not going to be thrown overboard. We're not going to be our guild and what we're going to do. It means to be kicked out of the guild. And I'm warning you ahead of time. If you don't do
Yeah, he
that,
probably
that
would have knocked
is
off
a
by
problem.
he would actually have heard the
Yeah, I'm aware.
You have something super expensive.
Give us any of that, please. But, yeah, I'm aware of it now. Sorry, it's been a minute. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're right.
I'm gonna captain know that my party will not let me go.
Fine, get out of the way. Go.
Alright,
But nobody helps, correct?
yeah.
Define help.
Helping them pirate. Or you go to your room.
I'm going to go around and tell everybody that's a part of our guild.
I went to help.
If they're not part of our guild,
Where?
No. Well, he's not part.
I
So,
don't know nothing about
is it going up or is it going down?
He's not part of the guild.
haven't you been trying with our board?
He doesn't know the name.
Day before you got on the boat.
So you have no idea what
You guys got me on a page. I figured I'd help you out.
He didn't know that he doesn't know the word.
So this is going to be looked frowny, like this is going to have a bad look upon the guild, that we need to participate.
I don't know what you mean.
We're a part of an adventure guild. Those people come together.
It's like how in pirates. After you. here, right?
But we're trying to do good things. This is the bad.
Then why would you allow it?
Because when you go across the sea, it's not our business.
So the answer to what you're saying by your definition is that if it's okay and it'll get you where you need to go, it's okay to turn a blind eye to somebody innocent dying.
No.
But again, why are you allowing that?
Because it is our only way to go across the sea.
But again, you're telling me you're going to turn a blind eye and it gets you where you need to go.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are you going to go up to the top of the ship right now and tell the captain that he cannot fire those guys?
Where we're going, yes.
That's what you're going to go do. You're going to go tell him you cannot do this. What are you going to tell him?
I cannot agree with what he did.
And he cannot do this. Why do you not do this?
Because it's not right.
It's not right.
And then if he wants for us to help him or take him or whatever it is he's going to do, he should. You wait till we're off the boat to see him get like whatever he.
I'll tell you what, I'll go with you and I'll see how the conversation goes. And if it goes the way of us and we off the boat, then we can go off the boat like you said.
Most of them you're not helping.
I'm on another quest right now. This quest is not my concern or my business. His ship is not my concern or my business, but it's not my quest. My quest is to go help him, who is currently on his way. With that.
Why does he not go to that?
What was done there?
So why didn't you want to help him?
Well, currently, is currently on his way to go fight a farmer.
Yeah, how's that your fault?
Or not a farmer, but
A psychotic terrorist.
a terrorist.
So a pirate.
No, terrorist.
There's no way you can talk to me out of what you're trying to talk to me out of, because everything you're saying you're going to do
That's
is the exact same thing this man is about to do to somebody else.
that's
So you
perfect.
what you're
That's
saying to
perfectly
me-
fine.
But what you're saying to me is you helping some other innocent person means more than helping innocent people in buckets.
Yeah.
Okay, so by definition, you have to go somewhere because you are getting really bad.
So
You can get out of my face, walk away from me before I do something bad.
real quick, the middle of you guys are again, middle full force arguing. Burton passes you, loading a fucking gun.
I'm going with him. Bye.
So y'all are going to go fight.
Pick a side, because you're about to become the enemy in my face right now. And I won't.
I'm not
Is
kidding.
Mercy part of the guild?
Yes. I'm technically part of it.
So you make your way up, and it's all hands on deck. Not all the crew you saw for the funeral.
Please step up on this guy.
As I was saying, you get to the top of the boat, you see the entire crew on the boat on the battle station. And you're moving cannons, loading stuff, and pretty much getting close to boat ready. You got the CGS come up, you decide to help. Yep.
Technically speaking, by definition of the word, you don't want to. You take me to.
Yeah, just be like, good help.
You respond. You bring help as well?
Yes.
Deception. Oh, who's here on deception?
That would be it. Cool. So then grab them.
What?
And she might come on the other side of each group. So strength.
I need
or-
to-
hold on.
So that's X. Or the color for each can.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna blow this into the ground.
Yes, go ahead.
It's gonna happen. I tell them if they touch me, something bad's going to happen.
So they approach you, they stop just for grabbing you, then get below deck. We're not going to let you stop what we're here to do. You're probably agreed to terms getting on board. Then get off the fucking boat. Those are your options. We will not manhandle you because it's not your wish to be touched, but you are all to go below deck or get off the boat. It's on you, well, they have grabbed you out of on either side of you. What are your choices?
What is your point?
Take what we can.
They're gonna kill me.
If they let us take what we won't stop fighting us, no. We're not going to stand there and let them attack us and not defend ourselves to them. We are. I never once said we're not the ones attacking us. I said we're not out to murder anyone. We're out to take stuff. So if they don't attack back, we won't attack. If they fight back, we will fight. So, below deck or off the boat? Place is yours. With that, you're grabbing. We'll use an option to your grab. So, I'm assuming
that
I
they
don't know. That's why I said I don't know.
I'm
I'm assuming options, but
yeah,
they won't give
I
an
don't
option
know.
fee, so they take that as a fight. So, grapple, so strength. Your arms are bound and behind you. You're pulled down below. Use that. As if when you're run up, trying to hurt you, just go down. It's, on deck, you're seeing out 40 people. Again, they don't touch you. They ask you to please willingly go back.
That's how you get it.
They go to Chuckle, you get some Chuckle. They Chuckle. Perrin, your door isn't knocked on, it's just thrown open as a goblin is tossing the room in shackles. A key toss, he's just tossing shackles. You're tossing through as well. And that's it. You hear the commotion of both fight. Are you fighting anyone down? Or you hear kicking and yelling and fighting back though.
Step outside real quick.
You see shackled and being lifted off of his feet, carried side by someone.
And that's why I took my ass below deck. Anyways, so you guys have a great night.
They don't stop long enough for you to finish out that sentence. They're thrown into their respective rooms, doors slam. Maybe before them head back up. The three of them head back up. One stands down there. You watch him as he pulls the rifle off his back and just points it down the hallway. He first points it down and sees you stand there and turns to you. Back in your room. Quick answer. Nope. After we're done, back in your room. Anything else for anyone else? Aaron?
How long would the shackles on? They're like side by side shackles?
No, they've got some. They've got chain. Oh, that's what a chain.
I work side by side. Don't worry.
You let the other one do
Yeah, you weren't manacled. They manhandled you and carried you in. He was manacled.
It isn't blood.
Is everybody okay with food?
So, boys, pop in, outbreak. You hear this commotion outside your doors after about 5 minutes. If you guys going back below deck, you hear a commotion in the hallway and doors being slammed.
Stay in my room. Not my business.
I stay in my room also.
I just go out there for a second and ask if everybody's okay with food.
You open the door, and a gun is pointed at you, and you're told go to the front back in your room.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I'm stuck in their business now.
So, about half an hour passes, cannon fire going off. Lots of yelling, screaming.
I want to. If I hear the cannon fire, I'm going to brace my shield against the outward wall, and then I'm just going to sit off to the side.
All right. So half an hour passes, the commotion dies down. You fill the boat works again and start moving again. And a lot of footfalls as people are moving up and down the hallways. You see crew members carrying bags going up in the hallway to different rooms. Nope. That's another five. You don't got the back end of the hallway gone now. After about 5 minutes of that, Perrin knocks on your guys' door. Your response or?
Yeah, I'll shoot.
Dark hands with you. in the rooms.
Apparently the business is done. You're going to have to check the shackles off now. Take the shackles off, put them on the ground with your hammer. Right. And then I think the shackles out. Here you go. Your shackles are.
You probably smashed the floor of the.
Alright. So after about 3 minutes of that, there's another buck in the as well.
Yes.
4 guards standing there grabbing you. Remember that. Actually, no, sorry, door swings open. Who both your handles? Yeah, one more. Yeah. There's also 4 people grabbing you.
What do you do?
So they grab you. The 4 men surround you, grab you, and pull you above that. You hear anyone that's in the room, or what's in the room, no, to the left. You hear, all right, you are all warned. They hear left bishop. Everyone in the room hears that.
You hear we were all warned, and then what?
That's it. Huh? What, boys?
I said I heard you were all warned, and then?
You hear a door slamming, heavy footfalls. Are you saying anything here when you're being pulled, or?
Shifter was my roommate, right? Is he in the room with me?
Yeah, you see him poking his head out.
I'm peeking my head out, seeing what's going on.
I grabbed him by the freaking scruff of his shirt, like behind his collar, and I freaking yanked him back in.
Oh, right, hey, whoa, why you yanking me back in? What's going on?
Does the door open inward or outward?
Inward.
Then I'm gonna sit against the door.
I'm stuck outside, right?
Why are you blocking the door?
If it ain't our business, it ain't our business.
Oh,
If you want to get your head blown off.
Yeah, no offense, but I'm gonna go figure out why our guy's being carried away.
You see me?
It's none of our business.
He's not walking, but he's being carried away. That's the one I'm worried about. It's the one
What he's saying,
If you want to go overboard, I suggest you stay inside.
right. Yeah, he's walking down. We have Cleric is walking down the hallway right now.
I'm sitting against the doorway. After I yank you back, I'm sitting against the doorway, so you're gonna have to physically move me to get out.
Well, they're letting us walk through it now. It's just permanent inside. I saw Cleric walking around. Good.
Until the captain himself comes to give us the all clear on.
The captain never gives us the all clear himself.
Who's sitting here?
I guess I'm gonna try to move.
Strength versus strength. You hear them arguing over there. Jesus fucking Christ. Boys, strength.
Saving or straight?
Just to check.
I'm trying to move you out of the way of the door, but I'm not very strong. I got a 3. I rolled a 6 that day.
So it's saving or no?
I turned
Just
into
a
8
check.
to use the 4.
Actually, it's the same thing. So actually, no, it isn't. Do I have any bonuses?
Where am I? I'm outside, right?
Yes.
I don't got any bonuses. It's just it's my USA guy.
I just took it out.
Well, 1 is critical.
When you roll it's a -1, that's worse than 1. Just like the -4, that's not.
Right. At 22, it's not better than the critical.
Boys, what was your roll?
I rolled a
No, you rolled
6.
That's great. You got
Rolled a 6.
But it's not going to be in that critical 22.
You said a 6?
Yeah.
So he grabs you and pulls with all his force. You don't move, and then you feel a strong thud from the door. As you're thrown on the floor, you both of you make dexterity saves. As the door is flung open and damn near ripped off the hinges.
Can't see that. Where is it? 10.
You look up and you see the lion, the mechanical lion standing in your doorway.
The
mechanical lion?
Yeah, that's Josh.
All right, I don't know. Walk me out of the room, boys. You coming with me and the lion and the other one?
Is the door still there, or is the door in shreds?
It's still there.
As soon as he walks out, I slam it behind him.
Coward.
Where am I? I'm tired.
I agreed to do what the captain said. I'm doing what the captain said. I'm a man of my word.
You cool with me leaving and seeing what's going on?
Poppy wants to know where she is.
She's in the room with Cecilia.
Poppy. You cool with me leaving?
Poppy, Cecilia's asking if you're cool, so leaving the room to go see what's going on.
I'm good.
Alright.
You can go. Wish you luck.
So
Don't get into any funny business.
they tie you to the main mast, not the main mast, mast in the front. So you all follow straight to him, or?
Yeah, I'll go straight to him.
Are you gonna be?
Going straight to the captain.
Whoever is in charge of
You assume the captain did
close to the glass.
Okay, you see the two of them just bring up as you go out.
So I'm like in the back of the group, but I'm like surrounding you.
Will you call him the captain? Or you want someone else? These are long range ship. You find it for with depth. There you go. Someone going up. You look up. What? I'm going to dress them down for the rest of your party. Second thing.
Second thing, I do have 2 party members and two pirates.
Yes, they made it very clear they were against us, why they were trying to they're taking back the deck.
Yeah.
Are they still planning to do something now?
I would assume so. If they're against it, I would assume that they would continue to plan to do something.
All right.
Hold on, main concern was why was my guy try to.
I will be addressing that element.
That's all I got.
Whatever the fuck you want. Again, 2-3 minutes, 1%. After a couple minutes, Captain starts walking away past a couple of rooms, and it's past 7 to go and beside of you guys.
So if he looks at the room, the rooms of the team, I move down and follow that.
So you load up, they follow you.
And I head back to where I was.
You said we're at that, right? They follow you to that. Okay. And again, you walk. People for watching. Doing their job. Okay. About 5 minutes pass. Alfred, boys, Poppy, knock on your door. It's the captain's voice. Above deck.
I do.
What do you say? Come help?
It's an above deck.
Yeah.
There's a ton.
Okay.
Wait with you for a minute. What do you do? They stand up for a minute. They give you time to look around. They're not being aggressive. You can tell they're yeah. They tell you, we need you to come look at that. So you fight. I'm sure you could probably take at least one of us to fight. So, I think it's again, they were there when you told them not to touch, so they don't touch you. They that whole hand behind your back trying to guide you. All right, so you all go above deck. The three of you that weren't up there yet, you can get up there and see Karen tied to the front mast of the ship.
Tied to what?
Tied to the front mast.
With Martin being flanked by people on either side and Claire being flanked with people on either side.
Can I go back to my room?
I don't know, you have to be done. I was told and the whole film on you. I'm assuming the same character.
I look at all of them and I say, what happened up here?
Just make a file copy from the copy. Are you going to do anything stupid when I turn my back? Something more. I'm trying to think if you have a word. I don't mean. Persuasion is the word I'm trying to go. They roll which one. No, I know that's the thing that you're not being so stupid. But are you being too funny? Yeah, he takes a couple steps backwards, still watching you. Then he sighs and turns and walks away.
When I come up and see her, I'm just gonna mutter on my back.
Boys, Poppy, Alfred, are you doing anything?
Waiting.
Boys, Poppy?
I'm following Alfric's
advice.
So the captain goes back to the top of the ship. You see the guy that you were talking to fall after him. They come back. He comes back down after a couple minutes. Captain said that he has received. My brain is not with me tonight. Semi-credible intel that you and your other friend might still be a threat to our ship. If he asks us to watch. You seem pretty openly against what we were doing earlier. I'm just, if you'd like to talk to Captain afterwards, I'm sure we would want to have words with anyone that you perceive as a threat. I'm just letting you know that. Again, I would like for this to be as unbloody as possible. You as your team seems like good people and strong fighters, but I'm going to give you a music. And with that, we go silent, still standing beside you. Another minute or so passes of crew assembly back up above deck, and the captain speaks out. So, today we have Perrin here, who decided on his own accord, hopefully, that it was a good idea to destroy ship property. I believe I specifically told you guys not to be breaking any of our shit. We understand that our life and our choices are not for everyone. That being said, you were all introduced to me as pirate captain. You all knew what you were signing up for, or at least were hinted at, again, by my title, what would be happening, or what could possibly happen while you were here. With that being said, your comrade, Cleric, was shackled and manacled today by his kind of request. If that was the only way we were going to get him to go back below deck. We did not hurt any of your associates, even when they opposed our intentions. I feel we were very fair in asking them to go back below deck without letting it turn violent. Perrin, however, seems to have had other ideas as he decided to smash the manacles even after you were given the key and let them do enough. So, we convene here today to decide if he is guilty and what should happen to him if he is. Would any of his crew like to speak for him? Claire? It was insulting to me, guys, that you stood up against what we do. Does that mean I have the right to smash you?
Why you're stating that no,
Okay. And you also have anything to say in his defense? Aaron,
there's not much point.
There is. That's why we're having a trial. We didn't just execute or throw him overboard.
I mean, if he'd broken, he'd broken. There's not much defense for that.
You can't really defend him when we all agree to the terms of the on the boat, and you were informed of the terms, whoever was not there to be briefed.
But considering he's doing work on this boat for you, maybe you should give him some leniency.
That's fair. Aaron, do you have anything to say? You've been given a key. If you dispute them being used, you could have destroyed them to begin with. You left them shackled for half an hour before deciding to break them. You broke them out of sight.
And what was my request to you on that?
I asked if they could show I got them off.
I don't understand why they needed to be broken after the fact, though. We have more.
So why are we crying about this?
I will not take the insult of my shit being broken when I specifically requested my shit not to be broken here. That was one of the rules that was agreed to.
I think we always agreed not to break the ship.
Anything on my ship or my people.
We'll help you with something to do that way.
Anyone else?
I would ask that punishment compensating for the sword, because he is a real member and he is part of a party.
What message does that send to anyone else here that just decides they can do what they want on my ship? My crew or your crew? Anyone else?
Don't get sent anything, man. It's because
We agreed not to break his shit, he broke his shit.
you can't say anything, say anything. You can say anything, you can say he's a big guy, you can say he helps. He's been helping you, you never can say anything, you never even say anything. I'm a goblin, I
You
said.
could say
You said
anything,
something, I said
but
something on the
then he's
birds.
just gonna say something in his own friend that
Yes,
disregards what we just said about
Carol
Carol.
said something in defense of somebody saying that
This point is it's still making the effort to defend him.
none of you made an effort. This is
Right? Correct?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I made an effort, but you got a fair point. So I guess we'll continue with the trial.
How do you know him more than Basher? You tell with him equal time.
Actually, all of them.
I'm just confused clearly if you get more Basher.
Right.
That's all I'm asking.
But, the guy you've been dealing with, actually, hi, Mike. The guy you've been dealing with, Ford, Captain. I have been working with this man for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I would like to rule you for his freedom. If I lose, I take his punishment.
No.
Is that something we're allowed to do?
I will do it for my freedom, but I will allow him to do it.
Yes, that is something that is allowed. First to ask gets the right to that. I'll take one. No, I didn't say this is a lineup of people getting to just fight to fight me. I'm telling you now, as I said, first to request it gets the right to do it.
I feel like it would come.
What'd you say?
He said, I feel like he's willing to pay for themselves.
I feel that since you are the captain and the one doing the trial, we should have a representative of our guild be the one fighting for our party members' freedom to not.
Except there's not a single one. His own crew. So,
Well, I didn't know how
me
fighting
if
was an
you're
option.
speaking up, I'd rather have the crew fight for you than you. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And
Hey,
it's
whoa,
settled.
what the hell is that?
Then it's settled. Yes.
All right.
Listen to that part.
I second that motion.
All right. At noon it will begin then. You see the food kind of spread to the sides of the boat and looking inwards. One of them splits off from each of you, but they keep one next to you.
Does the guy come over and say,
the guy that sits next to you is the one that you were already talking to, so you probably see him just kind of eyes you and looks at him.
It's a bird.
How does it work?
You try
You gonna make all the same colors on each side.
And he starts fiddling with it. Fiddling? God damn, I can't fucking talk to that. Yeah. This is the guy, and it's the same guy that's been talking to you for a bit now. He kind of fiddles with it for a minute, gets one side of the match, and then that's them. That's cool. I have one. You can really kind of see the talking person. Or you lean back into the wall. Again, would you like to get back and how to type them? I don't know, I just talked with that. Would you like me to do them? Just wait.
I'll give you this.
Just wait. He whistles into the dark and walking over, and even giving this whistle from the cat. Today, he's about to walk away. We'll go on for about 10 minutes before he comes back and then I take his paper. Actually, he very nonchalantly tries to hand the piece of paper.
So basically, he reaches out for the cube, I handed the cube, he hands me the picture.
And it's very crappily stealth of it.
But the paper's still fully open. You know about it.
So yeah, the guy that spoke up to you comes and walks up next to you. And he's like, pulled the sword out, and starts biting you down. I hope you will it. I've got an answer up to
You can lean and become fat.
No. No, not until I watch this. I don't expect to win this.
If this turns into combat, I know.
It's just a piece of paper that says shift. It was 0 context. Like, absolutely. He doesn't know. I mean, roll a wisdom? No.
I don't think I know what I'm going to do with combat.
The person I talked to.
Why are you having
You see? Now that piece of paper says shift 30 context.
Is that my cube?
No, different bug. Actually, you do see in the goddess with him.
Is that my cube?
He's at the right my cube. He's kind of splitting his focus between you and the cube. It's the best he can. Anyone else doing or saying anything in the meantime?
Nope.
You're not. They don't let you get too close. You're close enough to talk to them, but not letting you like stand next to them or anything. All right. So half an hour or so passes. The captain emerges back from below that. So trial by combat will begin.
I give a sailor bear claw around the neck.
Well, you're shackled.
Yeah, I know. Make it. Give me a great strength.
If I take anything from you, we will both do this one and both go over. Any interference with this combat from any side will invalidate the combat and will forfeit any result. All right. Roll it. Stealth if you're trying to say that quietly.
Huh?
You're just still flanked by the okay. Rear guard whistles and another guard comes back over. Alright, so Captain walks out. He's now wearing, or now he's no longer wearing a shirt, just bare chested, pulls out a large two-handed sword. And the spoke up the character walks out holding scimitar. And the first mate walks up, announces, today at high noon, the duel for the fate of Aaron Goodbarrel, South of Menace. First to go unconscious loses. If the defendant wins, he will be set free. If the accuser wins, Jonas Secure will be gone overboard. The both combatants accept this outcome. Captain says, aye. David apparent. David looked at you. All eyes following you. Aye or nay, Karen?
Are you really going to let their crew members have to suffer for you?
No.
Why do you do it?
But they won't.
I stood up for you.
So therefore, I'm willing to have to fight. But if he loses, I go overboard.
No, he requested.
Okay, let me do it.
The combatants have already been chosen to discuss this previously.
The fact have already been chosen. That's the whole problem.
As for your terms,
But you don't go overboard with the crew member does. This is not.
Party.
No.
That's
the part that I'm disagreeing with.
looks to you guys. You agree with your crewmate to go overboard instead of mine if my crewmate loses? Our rules are my crewmate goes over since he's still can't put his name on the line. Your crew member, however, has requested to forego that. That is up to you guys. You travel with him, I will leave it up to you.
I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go.
That's a good one.
either him or the crew member is going overboard. That doesn't say that.
The man is willing to fight for me, that does not mean that I'm going to allow him to like me. It's
So
not
would you
like
rather
that
go?
fight.
Would you rather go overboard or have his ass go overboard?
I will go overboard and not him. I will not risk somebody else's life, defending me to take their life in my case. No.
So he
But
can fight
I'm
for you.
willing to allow him to fight for me because I am aware, as a sailor, this is not a fight to the death, this is a fight to sedition. So his life is not in danger.
But if he loses, he
But if
gets
he
thrown
loses,
overboard.
but that's the part I'm disagreeing with.
So you don't want him to
I
go
will be
overboard.
thrown overboard as the original
All
indication is.
right. Karen gets tossed overboard. Although it's his request.
Offer it, coffee, boys.
He broke the agreement. If he wants to be thrown overboard, that's his business.
I'm following freaking Elfric's thing. Captain's not getting involved. I didn't get involved. Freaking people wanting to get involved, and now they gotta pay the consequences. We knew what we were getting into.
And you're going over.
I'm aware. It's someone else coming to try the combat.
I was thinking about it. I didn't know if he was going to.
I didn't know that was a thing. I asked, can I pay for him to be free?
It's a common practice in this kind of shit.
That would be.
Quick question though. Did he say that anything about us like not to interfere in any way? Because I want.
Yes, he did.
Okay, never mind then.
He said it's a one-on-one duel.
Oh, I was gonna. Never mind. One-on-one, not gonna interfere.
If I can convince the father to try to get him.
Mike, take a deep one. No, he would be really fucking stupid to hand me his unlucky D20 right now.
He's picking a
He's picking the dice for him.
Yeah.
Here's the easy way to simplify it. Because it's not long and drawn out. Here's now you want to do it. Just one more.
play that have to like roll for two characters to do.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah.
Little bit good.
There's definitely a
Discrepancy.
strength difference here.
I'll say each strength, and wisdom, combat.
If you figure out 50 side. Alright, we will be pairing. Yellow will be Captain Drubble.
Who wins?
It is 16 and 6. Alright.
Okay, there's the 20.
Alright, so the battle goes on for a few minutes. Then Freddy blows. At first, the captain is just tearing into Drubble is tearing into your. Everyone's fucking made
You actually have a greeting for that guy?
Baladosh. At first, Drubble is just turning into him, just sword strike after sword strike. He's just kind of keeping him up the best he can, but at one point he drops down the knee. Anyone with a passive perception higher than 13 notices the captain starts slowing down those. It's just spamming over and over. He has a few good cuts in, a few kicks. Baladosh is looking bloodied and bruised, but he manages to roll under one swing, just drops his sword and just straight uppercuts the captain, kind of stumbles captain back and swings his sword up and starts one behind the knee and kind of slides back behind, stabs him in the ankle, and the captain drops to one knee before Baladosh runs up behind with the hilted sword and just on the back of the captain's head as the captain falls over. And first mate walks over, has the hand on the captain's back, and the captain lets out a loud gasp as he sits back up. Toss up some blood and just sits there for a second as the first mate stands up. It has been settled. By our law, by our rules, it has been written. Aaron is free. She walks over.
Fantastic.
Baladosh, and you see his wounds close up the wall. Captain's going to retreat to his quarters. You all have free reign for some time.
Wonderful.
Walks back up the boat today.
I'm going to turn, look at all my, look at my entire team, and go silently back to my.
Bobby,
So, Perrin.
I'm gonna try
I've already
to
left.
catch some fish.
Okay.
Real quick.
I couldn't hear what you were saying.
So he's as soon as the first mate walked away, he stood up, looked around the party, and then walked with them.
What else?
Where do you want to trip?
I'm tired of being party mommy.
What are you doing?
Cecilia, you said something?
Yeah,
He intentionally walked around.
he does this. He does this.
For real, walk all the way around.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Do I watch him start, walk around, shove past me? Do I do it? Did I know he's about to do it?
Are you watching your party or are you watching the fight?
No.
Yes, you watch him stand up from where he's at, watch him in his arm vest walk past you and pushing you and walk away. So you're fishing, full survival. Alfred, what are you doing?
Look around on deck and then head back up to my room eventually. Head down to my room eventually.
You find some water-sized fish, looking too fancy or stand outy. Fair enough. Who do you go to? Think about that. Yeah, you guys all go to your cabins eventually? Where are you two going? Yep, there you go.
I was checking it out real quick.
to their rooms. You want to do anything throughout the rest of the day?
Nothing out of the normal.
Continuing to teach my dog to stay.
After you go through your rooms, the guard walk away. Alright, so night comes, nobody does anything throughout the night?
Nope.
Most of those from YouTube, which I know is funny.
Gotta have a plan C at home. Yep. Especially when there's a whole.
As Dan says, I know you guys are funny, correct?
No.
So, morning comes, first phone bulb goes out. Are you both heading to where you're going in the mornings, or?
I tell you, probably.
I do go out. I do go out. I go meet the sailor who bought me.
He's the one who usually go in the morning.
Thank you. Sorry, that's like not working.
I'll let him know you're not working anymore. Alright. Alfred's to come, Chipper gets come to you for the thing. What?
Do the normal.
What? What are you guys doing today, man? What are you doing?
Just rescue.
Alright. Does anyone do anything the next day? Or just eat your breakfast and hang out in the room?
Stop eating. Next time I go fishing, I'm rolling my own people. Rolling my own
I am during the free time. I am going up on deck, go fishing, and then taking the fish back to my cabin. I'll let Sushi put her up with that.
So you feed your bear in the mornings?
Yep.
If he does that.
Training my dog.
What did I do wrong? I said, I tried to get you off of being on trial. What did I do wrong?
So after, real quick, stop, real quick. After that point, he sees you, spits on the floor for you, and slams the door on your face.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to another 15 they're catching fish. That helps.
Anyone else refusing their berries at this point then?
Anybody else not want food?
No.
I'll take a berry.
I'll take a bear.
I take my berry, obviously.
Yeah, we'll all take our bear.
So half a week goes by, same old, same old. Midway through the first day of the third week, the attack, not the attack, the alarm sounded again. So they left out. At this point, every time I hear the alarm, I'll bring you up when the alarm's called.
Yeah, go up. There was an alarm call.
As do I.
I agreed to help.
You up? Poppy, do you go?
Yeah.
This is a good day, so this is a good day. Oh, you talk about that. Do you home loading?
No, I did not. Oh.
It's one of my students.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Go.
As the alarm is sound, by the time you guys get up top, there are 4 men on the ship. 4 other men on the ship.
Or non-human.
The rules were well established when they got on the boat. That's all I'm saying for each report we got. What? I get that. Sorry, I seem to have broken the party. But you were there when you guys got on the ship. You already moved them out. You were there when they first moved the ship. Yeah, everyone here, everyone that's currently here today, absolutely. You're just doing the fire captain or the session where you're on the boat where he was also going to introduce and talk about the fire captain. Whether or not you heard it or said that's different, I'm just saying everyone that's currently present and the characters that are playing board here was losing
I would that considering we had passed the law.
That's fine, but I'm just making sure that it's clear that everyone was aware.
Oh, no. I fully understood what was going on, which is why I asked her.
I had the same mindset. I was hoping that since
There was options there. This wasn't the only option. It was the quickest and most convenient option, but there were options. So yeah, initiative. You're not really good in that, are you?
Were you saying 9 or were you saying no?
Boys?
Yeah.
8.
You did better than boys.
I haven't rolled.
Alfred?
20.
Your initiative.
Yeah, copy.
Oh,
Dirty 20. 18.
Oh.
I think Alfred goes first. Or you might have to roll for it.
Where's even there people on the ship?
So first up is shifter. Uncolored pieces are enemies. Colored pieces are
Oh, he's going first.
Uncolored enemies colored or what?
Us.
Alright, why are you guys on a boat?
Oh, looks like there's other.
rape, pillage, rob, kill. You have fire? Sure. You're welcome.
Pineapple?
Get up there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, sorry. In this case, the enemy is still within. I don't agree with the top.
What?
I'm buying you $2,000 character. Yeah.
That's my mom renovates her house. I gotta go there often.
Why?
She's gonna buy one. You got candy there, bro?
Is Poppy?
Do we know why they're on our ship?
Sorry. Significantly less than that.
So they're not that stressed out.
We're attacking. No.
No, we're on our ship.
Huh? No, why are they on our ship?
Assuming you were talking to me. Poppy, you're up.
So why are they on our ship?
They said, shifter asked them, they said rape, pillage, steal, murder.
Are we attacking?
We're in initiative, yes, we're in combat phase. What do you want to do for your turn?
Can I do that thing again?
What was that?
Oh, Charlotte thingy. The sperm totem.
This spirit told me, yeah. Which one do you want to use? Right here.
Let's do the
So he brought it to the right person. Here's his asshole.
I didn't have it first.
He could have kept it for a day. Sure.
I probably use the hawk.
Okay, we're using the hawk.
Alright. Anything else with you?
No, that's it for now. I don't want to be the first to attack. What is a hawk?
The hawk one, you can use your reaction to get a
To grant an attacking feature of damage.
You can get advantage from using your reaction.
Alright. You're up, Alfred.
You get advantage on perception.
Alrighty. Where am I? I don't remember my piece.
I'm the one in front of him, right? I'm the red one, right?
Yeah, that's you.
Is the one behind me an enemy? It's not painted, right?
This one is Cecilia.
Cecilia? Alright. So there's 4 enemies. I see 3.
This one.
Okay, the purpley one I didn't recognize was unpicked. Got it. The purpley one's getting aimed and thrown and a dagger thrown at him.
You said this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's PLA, it looks like. Just straight red no PLA or something.
Aim. Fire.
Yep.
Nat 20.
That hits. Confirm.
Doing that right now. Confirmation roll of 17.
You done?
Yep.
That confirms?
Yep.
Yes. $43 damage.
Your knife flies out and hits, and he just tumbles to the floor.
Yep. That's what I do.
The one that's here runs up the stairs and swings at the over here. Flash into him. This one runs up and here slicing this one. Dropping him. Let's go.
Stop hitting me.
Boys.
Woo! I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, freaking to that one next to whoever that is. It's 3 dots around him. Yeah. Yep, right there. And I'm gonna take my hammer and swing at him.
Yeah.
That's not my character sheet.
Then don't use it.
22.
That hits.
America. 4 damage.
Right. You cut into him. He bleeds. He screams, and he screams.
Nothing sharp. All hammer.
So the 10 hit.
10 hit me? No.
I didn't think so.
I can only cast that freaking damn.
This one swings back at that one. Captain pulls out a gun, shoots that one. Eight does the same, misses. So, hits. And dice the roll for that. If this guy drops him, so does that one. Hit. I'll drop that one. And that one runs that. Sure. Yeah, that is an option. I want to be a real piece of work. Yep. That hits. Hey, you find him, he's already heavily wounded, and you just tear him to the side. And that drops the last one.
Well, shit.
Nothing.
There's a chair across the boat as the last one drops. Captain chuckles and thanks you all for your help as the bodies are thrown overboard. This one is picked up and carried below deck.
Is he dead?
Do you attack as he's picked up? There you go.
Mom? Okay, Mom. I think it's my message. Not of you and
Daughter?
and your boyfriend at work.
There he is.
I'm supposed to get right? Oh.
Anyone else doing or saying anything?
No.
Nope, then you just go below deck.
Yep. The usual.
So is this the usual for everyone for the next 2 months and a week?
Yep, training my dog.
Anyone deviate for any reason from their plan?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. So, the months pass. There are no more calls to attack while you guys are there. There are about 3 more calls to defend while you guys are there, though. The 4 of you, 5 of you go up to help. Most of them seem to be from other humans, humanoids rather. You never see another ship though when they're attacked. Heavily covered in robe and leather, humanoid, hellish skin.
I tried to have a chat with the captain at some point if he's willing to talk to me.
He's not aggressive towards you. If you ever go to seek him out, he's there to talk.
All right. Don't mean to pry. Know you're called pirate captain. Notice we'll be getting attacked by a lot of people that seem to be pirates themselves with no ships.
They're not pirates.
Yeah.
They're not pirates. They have no goal, no code, no honor.
Fine. Sea thugs. Is that a fairer term for it?
Sure.
Where the hell are they coming from?
We have yet to figure that out. It is something that All ships that cross the sea have reported passenger, merchant, pirate, or personal.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures just appear above the boat and fall onto it.
All right. You speak of a code.
Huh?
I know you speak of a code as a pirate. I used to be a bit of a understatement. I was a criminal myself for quite a while. We had codes ourselves. What's yours?
No women, no children.
Huh?
You cruise your life. You do whatever you can to defend and save them. Find anyone hurting women or children, you end them as swiftly as you would anyone that defies you.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we share what we get with those that help us.
All right.
I'm true to our men.
Do you have any? Unless this is trying too much, do you have specific targets, or are you just hitting anyone?
We tend. Hello, Mike. We tend to aim more for the well-off people.
All right.
We do our best to avoid merchants.
All right then.
We're more in it for the money. The well-off people tend to not fight back as much.
Understood.
Any other questions?
No, just thought I'd make sure we were all on the same page here. Thank you.
If you ever have some downtime, I'm sure someone would pay handsomely to figure out where these fuckers are coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. They seem only interested in destruction. If I have a thorn in anyone's side that sells these seeds. I cannot fucking talk tonight. Jesus Christ.
Well, you were saying a tongue twister.
That's not been the only time. I've been stumbling over every other sentence tonight.
Yeah. Right then. Thank you.
Thank you for your help. Sorry if you divided your crew.
Bound to happen. Unlike criminals, pirates, and the like who sit there by the same code and agree to the same code, we're all individuals. So they're going to do what they're going to do.
Understandable.
And with that, I go back about my business.
And that's 40 gold a month, and then you said a month, 2 months in a week. So that's
So
40,
you're paid every
40.
week with the exception of the first week because you didn't help the first week. They don't have to help. That's it. That's over every week you help. The first week on the ship you guys didn't help. You were paid the second week. You're right now at 100 because you already paid for one week. From the fish you sold the first few days, you were selling it to them, right? Or you just gave it to them?
I was giving them because they were part of my group.
Right. Remember.
They were part of
The captain pays you after a week of you doing that. He pays you a full piece. Before all of the other stuff happens. So, for again, 3 months, you hear I know there's a title for it. The guy up in the crow's nest yell, Land Ho. Yep, I thought there was a certain title for that.
Crow's nest.
That's the title of it?
Lookout. It's the lookout in the crow's nest.
He hollers out, Land Ho!
There's a lot of
And anyone that goes above death that day sees off in the distance land.
Wonderful.
Let's see what we get. So you see forest and plains in front of you. So you kind of open it up.
I just have one question. I wanted to know if it's not related
Poppy and Cecilia will animal handling at advantage.
One.
Oh.
Advantage.
That's gonna be enough one. I will roll.
Day 6. Let's go there. It is. Go there.
What do you animal handling for?
Not
Dirty
like
20.
location. I need you to get
You managed to get sit, shake, calm, stay, lay down.
If I need to ever tell my ally to go this is and come back, I would use the But
Yes.
first,
And you all could have used that throughout that time to make that training go a lot easier.
yeah, but I do some of these skills, and I
Why?
don't know.
Why? What would you using the for?
Anyway, so
I just
another day passes, and that morning the captain comes in below deck again and knocks on each door. He's going to let them open the door when he naps and stuff. Yeah.
Open the door.
Stop.
I'll open my door. I'll be patches at the door.
So for anyone that opens the door, he lets you know that you'll be docking in about a little after noon. Back up, Alfred, he tells you to let Aaron, Claire, and Bert know because they don't want to dock together.
Let them know what? I didn't hear you.
That we'll be making dock a little after midday.
All right. Lock on their doors and just yell through it. Making dock at midday.
Yep.
Not supposed to be yelling.
Wow.
Yeah, if you want to open your door, we need to get you information somehow. Enjoy.
So, about 2 in the afternoon, you feel a sudden jerk as the boat stops.
Okay.
Another crewmate comes down, knocks on each of your doors, doesn't wait for a response to yourself. You guys are free to disembark.
Thank you.
I get my horse, I disembark.
Grab my shit and get out of there.
I'll leave.
I'm calling off with my ally on the shoulder. I'm getting shot.
I got a truck that's in part with it.
No, they had animals outside.
Oh, okay.
There wasn't enough, like I said, the rooms were tight back that way. Alright, so we all disembark.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you guys are in the city of Borderlands, on the continent of Kalimdor.
Oh, la, la, la.
You can try and talk to your team about that.
Don't have to imagine things, but we can have that for all I mean,
As I disembark, I'm going to be looking for the nearest convoy. And I'm going to go in and
You find them down the end of the docks. Before they disembark and go off to business.
Are you aware you have a pirate ship on dock?
It's out of the docks. Yeah. Few of them.
And you're okay with it?
No, but we don't have the manpower. They haven't done anything in our borders to want that to happen.
Okay.
That is what maybe to deal with. Which is that?
As a veteran, one of those towns, turn around all four.
You're more than welcome to go fight all the pirates if you want.
Probably will eventually.
So we're
So you're all disembarking the town. And it's good enough. So the way you find it's a small set, it's not a large group, but it's fun. And yeah, welcome. So it's a community. What's everyone else doing? Burden
Just
and
embarking and getting set up.
Time.
and whoops.
Once I get done with that, I go back to the dock. I'm just going to do the people.
Oh, it's so you're all, everyone with the exception of Burton, gathers at the end of the dock. You agree with it?
I'm a sailor, not a land person. I don't know.
Do we know what town was I can.
So Scully's asking if anyone knows where you guys are going.
If anyone knows where Henry was headed.
Did we know?
What town?
Yes, yes, we're told where.
All right, then yes.
I guess intelligence, see if you remember, it's been 3 months and a lot of bullshit.
19.
Rolling.
Anyone that rolled over 10, roll on. Anyone that rolled below 10.
I got. That's mine.
Shuffle.
Matter.
No, I got
I got. That's
Water on.
I remember.
Yep.
Me too.
Which direction that is?
I remember seeing what happened. Yeah. Been here. Yeah, just rolled nowhere down. You just talk to people.
Water on.
Alright. You're right back. Asking people if we know which direction we're on is.
You get different answers for everyone you ask. You're right in
Probably somebody knows, but everybody could be.
Not part of the but people like trucks.
So he's coming back, Brent comes back down the dock.
For what? Why do you like to do this?
Yes.
Very good.
No.
Okay then.
On the boat, you mentioned something about buying pieces, machinery pieces. Do you know if they would be able to be universally conducted?
That's it. Yeah. They're not going to no, we're looking at this. I looked at Smith, and I don't think
Not all of them now, because you made a
I need a Raven, but I don't
functioning Raven.
yeah, I don't know.
You would need parts that make it the
Yeah,
living, it wouldn't just be
a good friend could do that.
The gears on the inside are kind of missing a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah. So you find lots of he can sell you ingots. So take about 50 gold worth of ingots for metal. There's some fine elements before you can use those as well. So what's everyone else doing while Burton's shopping?
Find an inn for the night.
Find it easy enough. There's several living around the town. They'll tell you it'd be 5 copper for the night.
All right. Hey,
So you're going to be taking it now or coming back at night?
take it now.
Okay. They direct you down the hall.
No,
Man,
we're
price.
going to stay here for the night. I'm going to go to the end of the dock and go fishing.
As soon as you cast the line, you're approached by a different constable. Oh god, don't mind you fishing, just gotta stay out of the way. Ducks tend to be busy, especially in the day as well. If anyone's coming through here with heavy traffic, please that you go out of the way.
That's no problem.
Be careful your casting lines, don't hit anyone's ships, don't hit anybody with them.
I will do my best. The wind does blow sometimes.
Yes, that's why you just calculate where you're going to throw if it's too easy for you to
Don't throw.
accurately, please don't. And then just don't hurt anyone or be away. They walk away. That's fine. Fall and go back down.
Pretty good roll with the oh, that's fine. That's a 22 to fish. I rolled a 22 to fish.
You find good fish. You're control. So there's a couple points where
This time I'm actually
you go to pass out a couple points and goes this one, so you just push this in there. You have to move quite a lot as people are unloading and offloading down the dock, and there are constables not constantly walking, but kind of rotating through, keeping an eye to make sure you're following through. You see at one point another elf disembarks, comes and sits on further down the dock and starts fishing as well. You see him approach that constable and follow the same conversation. So that constable disappears as well. Just find one with a. You're directed to someone that they tell you keepers. Then a week does everything you're looking for, the general. Which has a name stop and stab down the street. just kind of do it as a hobby. I'm just going to have to come back in the morning after I work right now. The next morning I'll put it together.
Within one.
Okay. Let's see, like, I don't know what I got and all of that. Boys, Poppy, what are you guys doing? Besides sitting on each other, apparently.
She was yelling at me. What?
He started it.
I don't care. What are you guys doing?
Planning it.
We're going to the end. That's about it. I don't really have any other plans.
Turning my dog.
Anyone else doing anything in the town?
Is there a pet shop?
No.
There's no.
Her and her damn pet shops.
Probably talk to the other two. What kind of weapons do you use? We're doing a whole list, and how do you use weapons stuff on this? I know it is. You want to talk to him before you just spend 20 minutes to get a bonus. Stuff that probably isn't going to happen to people.
I just wanted to.
Nobody.
Don't worry, I didn't want to ban them.
It's awesome. Don't worry about it. You guys are awesome. It is. And the fact that it's lasted as long as it has now.
I just wanted to know if there was treats.
So you have to go to the like she's not one that.
Freaking butcher and get like some meat.
Is there a butcher?
Yeah, there's a butcher.
She wants to go buy her a big dog bone.
Not a big dog bone, it's still a baby.
He sells it to you for $2.
Nice.
For how much?
I don't know what it said. Silver piece.
Silver piece. There, you got a dog bone.
Yeah, I just want a small one. Medium sized one.
Yeah, you got a dog bone for your dog.
Small.
It's not something you particularly do. The best bet for any kind of trading you're going on is doing crossroads. That's the continent's actually merchant camp. Just so you can buy anything crossroads. It's the more merchant continent. That's for the
For the characters that could be powered through,
Yeah, I was another. That was fine.
Oh.
Great.
Alright. So, you all settle in for the night?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You go buy anything else? You go buy anything?
I will take the fish to the cook at the end and barter a cheaper meal by giving the fresh meat.
So, these fish, 9 pounds of fish.
It's how it's usually enough to make 3 meals worth.
Yes. So how many meals are going to bargain for? 3. Okay. 3 meals. You need for 3 for breakfast tomorrow. That's off now.
I take the 3 dinner meals and I take it up to the goblin and the 2.
Does anyone do anything for the night?
Nope.
Alright, so morning comes. You want to go out for breakfast?
Wait, you get breakfast for breakfast. I had a good fishing.
We brought 3 plates of breakfast. Does anyone not head down for breakfast?
I head down.
Okay. Super passes out berries once he gets downstairs.
Not giving you 3 a berry, that's a waste of stupid food. Obviously, I'm just going to get people berries that are going to feed them. I'm not going to give it to 3 people that are they last for 24 hours, there's no point wasting them.
So you're all downstairs with breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk to anyone? Anyone say anything to anybody?
Not really at the moment. Kind of tired of babysitting at the moment, so I'm just gonna chill.
What? What's the place for dinner?
Head out.
Head out.
Unless people want to stay in town for a day, but we should get going quick.
He went to get a cart along.
Was that?
Barton went to get a cart along.
I couldn't hear you.
Barton, he went to go get the cart along.
Okay.
But he's in car wash, so.
Just tell you the lonely ones. That's where you go with it. So where will you be leaving?
I will probably be coming back.
How will you come today? Yeah, so we're going directly.
So I'm pretty what I'm talking about.
Okay. It'll be 30 gold, or sorry, fair. It'll be 150 gold with that being refunded in one piece. I did. What? 30 gold with that being returned. Okay, good. Yes, it's 7 places. Good luck finding one cheaper here. What you doing in the big book? Have a good day.
I did not.
Neither am I.
You went to get a cart along.
I have to do it for all of that makes no sense.
He says it's the thing you pull with you. The horses.
Oh, you mean?
hello. Cart hello.
Albert.
Albert. Start getting the party ready to head out.
Yep.
Where do you want to meet up? Everybody meet up at.
I can't hear what.
Just
Where do you want to meet?
Edge of town?
all right.
Gate?
Tell everybody to meet at the end of the edge of town. And like
Yeah.
what? Hour or so?
Whenever everyone's ready, let's get going. We need to get going quick.
All right. We'll go around and find everybody's phone at the edge of town. I don't know.
You managed to look out about an hour. Yeah.
Looking for a dagger.
A fancy dagger or a regular dagger? Or a trick dagger or a dagger for something you don't like? Or some really good daggers for people you don't like. Big gifts.
Maybe eventually, but not today.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's wrong? Sure you don't want to take one? Oh, it's real good. Give it to somebody you don't like. You'll never know.
Yeah.
For now, I'm just putting them on the bag.
Okay. Does everyone go to the edge of town?
Yep.
He knows it's check for dagger. There's no reason to give them to you right now. You're going to have to erase in 3 seconds when you finish in. It'll be a waste of my time. So, you all convene at the edge of town?
It's the plan.
The second goblin I've ever had, the second white goblin I've ever had.
Peaceful crafted. Not extra crafted, it's pretty endless. What's your guys' plan?
Head out.
In your direction, the road forks.
Is that what you roll, or how would you figure out which way to go?
Nobody talks to anyone to figure out where you guys are going. Just that a roll for place to go. You want the other one?
No, I know what we're going. We don't have a map of the region.
No, the guy that has a map guy.
I don't think you had enough.
And my turn for that.
So we can get a board out. Okay.
From what was the time we were in
Sun shield.
So,
No one can roll on what sun shield can.
so how do we decide
No,
if we're going right or left?
What time did we go to?
You have done Morgan with the sun shield, then caught a boat, and took a boat to Morgan.
So how are we gonna decide if we're going right or left?
I'm assuming there's a guard here at the gate.
Yeah.
Can you point us in the correct direction to go to Flora?
Rolling wrong.
North to Orgrimmar, then to Azeroth, then it goes for a direct path up through the plain for Lordaeron, we can go up and around Jerichar, and then back down to Lordaeron. But we backtrack and do it that way.
And I thought you wanted to go to Crossroads first. Can you go there and then Lordaeron?
I guess it's gonna be out of the way, but you can go through the forest, through the dead town, up into Crossroads, and then up into Lordaeron.
I think it's going to be a little bit of a problem to go that way. We've got to get to Henry before he makes a mistake. So we can go back maybe through Crossroads.
Can take a while. I need to go to the hospital.
You by any chance meet a Henry, a short little gnome? Really loves his craft.
Yeah, he came through here a couple days ago with somebody.
Somebody?
Yeah.
Can you describe to somebody?
Day and a half or so ago.
Operating. Yeah, this is good. This is not involved.
No, already.
We've already got to.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It was already in one other event. That's why I was curious what came back. We didn't need a one-off.
Yeah, I remember. I just can't remember which it was. I wrote it down somewhere. I thought.
I didn't want to go off on their own, and then the whole party was going up the way, so I hired a couple of adventurers to go with them.
But it was already. It was with a couple of those demon things called. That one. It was with a tiefling.
Is that one of the ones that were hired?
It was, I think it was a tiefling and a lizard.
Oh.
No, it was Brutus. It was Ari and Brutus. I remember I used one of them to get me.
Right.
I just couldn't remember who looked like Brutus. Yeah, it was a tiefling in armor. He came through here a day and a half or so ago. The little guy seemed real pissed off. I'm not really sure what that was all about, but
And they took which horse?
The
quick way or the long way? The long.
the tiefling wanted to go up to Orgrimmar. We didn't know what to have any of that shit, and took off that way. And he pointed to the just straight across the plains.
Oh shit.
He said he had a holy mission. He chuckled when he said holy. I don't think he meant the kind of holy I thought he meant. He said he had a holy, urgent mission to attend to and wasn't going to let something, and I quote, as stupid and frivolous as roads stand in my way.
That sounds like him.
He opted to class and the tiefling followed him. So,
We know
if you're looking for them, they went that way.
We know the location. We all know that traveling overland takes twice as long as traveling by road.
I mean, they were traveling with piss off home. That fucker was moving. He was very fast. If you guys are chasing him for whatever reason, I really don't recommend fighting him.
Oh, real
Oh,
fast.
no,
He's
no, no, no.
good.
He's not a friend.
I think for the adventure zone.
Well,
So I think the two ventures. If you
I only saw one go through. I don't know what happened with the other one, but only one came to find me.
I'm also gonna walk away so that get things back to Yelp to let them know that.
Who the fuck's Deltron?
This is a transformer.
Yeah, it is. Going to write a letter to them.
Alright, anything else you guys with? Good luck and don't be on the other side of that man's sword. Hope to see you back here. Safe travels. You take off?
Yep.
Are we going the road or is it the plane?
Yeah, we'll stay there going.
The fastest way is a quarter mile away to go up and around.
Alright. So, you can pull up there then if you guys get ready to set on your travels. Expression.
But move up. Is it unmute? I feel tremendous empathy for all who suffer.
I don't think there's any point you put that out.
Nope.
I am working on a grand philosophical theory and love sharing my ideas.
Did we establish that already? I can't remember.
Yeah, she was. I don't think so. Unless you think you do.
Didn't see it.
Greater good, my gifts are meant to be shared with all, not used for my own benefit.
Or she was meeting out good grades, everybody in that house.
Did open that.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we're supposed to put you there.
I am still seeking the enlightenment I pursued in my seclusion, and it still eludes me.
Didn't see that either.
Didn't see that either.
Now that I've returned to the world, I enjoy its delights a little too much.
Didn't see that at all.
Didn't think I saw that one.
Okay, boys' turn.
I had less particular hero of my fate. I didn't mention it at all, so I'm gonna say no for that one myself.
Yeah, I didn't hear him at all.
The hero was based and then started that way.
I'm incredibly slow to trust. Those who seem fairest often have the most to hide.
You think so?
I just didn't see it today.
We all do the work, so we all share in the reward.
Didn't see it today.
I'm the life of the priest who took me in. I don't think I ever got a point for that one. And I'm hardened to emotions, rarely showing any form of it in expression.
One second, I think Dan had an example for one of them.
Do what?
I don't. I'm not really saying. Everyone. All right. Ready? Ready?
I have full inspiration already, so.
Shifter.
Confident myself as far as the confidence. It's up, that's fine, for the elements that they kind of know. My play, just be careful for that more time as well. Okay, yeah.
Yep. I think that one.
Maybe I'll just want to put it in the letters.
Yeah, that was one of his main arguments was that they need to make sure they're doing stuff for the guild.
That's why.
The guild's best interest.
I'm grateful for less precious position for them. And I did not.
Yeah.
I'll
the last one.
Yeah.
I remember pissed off.
Oh.
Shut up.
No, great.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why he's pissed off. I know why they're pissed off.
Because they told him he did.
Gotcha.
I was so used to it.
That's why he's told him what he thinks.
I mean,
Huh?
here we go.
I could even stare down a hellhound and not flinch.
Yeah.
I think I did that pretty good by just admitting what I did and just stared at it straight in his face. He said, whoever would get thrown overboard. No, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll take the consequence.
But you
I'll argue that one.
You let somebody else fight you.
I had no choice.
They did.
No, I didn't. You didn't hear very clearly. When I explained it very clearly, no, I don't want him fighting for you. I will fight for you. The captain said, no, the challenge has already been met. He has to fight for you.
Right, but you had agreed to it before.
No, I did not.
The guy had to give your permission to fight on your behalf.
No, he asked for permission. He didn't have to get his permission.
The captain, the captain, the guy fighting, with his permission to fight. Respect.
Yeah.
Huh?
Right. The captain did not ask for permission.
If
The
he said
captain
that
said,
you have that crew
by our
member,
laws, who might member can do it.
I enjoy being strong and breaking things.
Yeah.
No.
No,
You didn't do it for that reason.
I didn't do it for that reason.
You're right.
I broke it because I didn't agree with them. Granted, I broke it because I could, but I don't believe in magic and will give excuses to explain it.
Yes.
Guild members will be protected at all costs.
No. You didn't get back to members.
No, not this problem. Easily loses focus when not engaged in actions. No.
Yes.
Well,
You asked a stupid question in the middle of the whole thing.
That wasn't for distraction though. That was trying to follow your
believe.
culture.
Yeah.
That wasn't hey, I'm more over the thing you're trying to respect.
No.
That way.
Correct. And it was my culture, so I agree with being on that one. And I'd like to drink alcohol that will come into play because at that point my mind had to stay fit. So that's me.
Yeah, that's you.
All right. Billy?
I've got one TV.
Yep.
I expect danger on every corner.
Yes.
Is that why you did it?
Yes,
Yeah.
because I'm safer. I said I'd be safer in the room with another person. I don't want to be able to do one for me. I try to help those in need, no matter what the personal cost.
Yes, definitely.
I would sacrifice my life and or my soul to protect you.
That's double dipping though.
And I talk to spirits and no one else can see.
Yes.
So that's why. And that's why I did.
It didn't come out as a bad.
Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. In the middle
That's
of
who he was
a
yelling at.
funeral.
That's who I was yelling
Oh,
at.
that's who you were yelling at?
I don't hear them. You guys don't hear them.
I thought you had said
Him yelling in the middle of,
you
Oh.
No,
he
it was two.
turned to
It's
himself.
somebody who was
I
not
turned
there.
around and I yelled, "Not my luck." Yeah.
No, that was definitely possible.
All right. Oh, no,
Equal.
so, real quick before we end this, Ellie spent the night drawing the session. That's what showed my daughter in pocket. So, this was the beginning when the octopus attacked the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a better representation of what the kind
The funeral. Not sure who, but one of the people that went shopping. Josh looking for mechanical pieces.
Mechanical pieces plus
Hey, you can go fight them. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
No one said yeah, no. There was them saying, hey, you can fight. No, it wasn't a specific interaction type. I'm doing the hey, there's land.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure what's going on here. Looks like someone's stabbed.
Yep. Somebody got shanked.
Yep. So someone got shanked at some point, granted.
When the guy attacked the fire captain, they were doing, he cut the back of his head and knocked him out from the back.
There you go. Then yeah, the fire captain's goal apparently. You guys meeting. And you guys sleeping.
What's the pheasants? What's the little pheasants?
The duel, the guy getting the upper hand and after getting his ass whooped.
Oh, because the backstabbing is not.
Possibly because
Could be.
probably because there's another of them fighting. The jungle captain that you drew.
She's a better drawer than I will ever be.
Valid point.
And being defended by Baladash.
Yep.
And sitting alone while on trial.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Also not entirely sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
No, Perrin didn't.
Nobody else argued with the fire captain.
Perrin didn't fix.
Yeah, I would definitely argue with him.
What Ellie said that one of the characters said it. No, I know what it is. I know what it is.
So that's what it is.
I know what it is. No, one of the guys. That is when one.
They're all different hats.
That's probably when they went to go arrest him.
Oh, I thought that was Cleric saying, "Don't touch me," and this stuff.
Someone else down.
Yeah, okay.
Shifter say this will make the guild look bad if it participates in this bullshit. He's the party cat. Because nobody here has common sense. Very loud and angrily.
Nobody.
What is that could have been?
Magic is not equal to gods.
Yes.
And Perrin and Cecilia fishing. So, that is what the wonderful Crookie Pie did all night while we were playing D&D.
The monster was doing in the background.
So, with that, thank you everyone for playing.
Ellie, stop going.
Watch, sorry, things and respects.
Yes, I'm